Good morning, everybody. Everything I got set up right here. My phone, I forgot to charge it last night, so it is on the charger, and I'm using my Mac. It looks like I got some bad lighting behind me, but hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. Diana here. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm replacing Air Fryer Friday with, I don't know what we'll call it, Quick Cooker Creations, I guess. I wanted to feature the Quick Cooker today. I have my apron on backwards. It's early. I don't usually go on this early, right? But I got a big day today. Big Friday. Spin with my bestie. It's not going to be grand fun that we're having, but, or she's having. I'll have fun because I'm with her. Alrighty. Got it now. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Even when I don't make a bit of sense, maybe you can watch what I'm doing instead, right? Anyway, so this video is I'm going live here in our meal prep, but it's also going in a couple of parties. So I want to welcome Lisa's guest and Amanda's guest. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sure you'll watch it later. Be sure and tag replay in there. So the reason why I wanted to feature the Quick Cooker today is because it's on sale again. If you're on my email list, I'm sure you got a little notification saying that through the end of the year or while supplies last, the Quick Cooker is on sale for $99. Now, $99 is the regular price, regular sale price right now. But as Joellen was asking about the price on it, it's actually 10% off of that if you're a past host, and most of you guys are past hosts, 10% off of that. Or if you're doing a party and you decide to choose it as your half price or your 60% off, because November is choose your product day or month, so you can choose anything in the book for 60% off. So do that math. What is that? 40, maybe $39.99. That's it's a pretty good deal on the pressure pot. And I'm just wondering, I know that a lot of you guys already do this. I know I'm late on getting on this train, but I'd love to know what y'all do in your pressure cooker, in your Quick Cooker. Today, I'm doing a pasta meal. It could be spaghetti. You could call it spaghetti, but I'm using the rest of that ditalini pasta, that little round pasta that we started on a couple weeks ago for pasta visual. So I'm starting with a frozen pound of burger. It's actually ground deer. It's got a little bit of bacon in it for some fat, but not much. So straight out of the freezer into the Quick Cooker. I'm going to grab a little bit of water. You got to have something to make the steam, right? Since that is frozen solid, I'm going to put a cup in there of water. Now, we will get this going. And you know, there's all those pre-settings on the front. Again, I've only worked with ours, so I have no idea about your Instant Pot if that's what you have. But we have these pre-programmed settings. So I'm going to turn it over to beef and pork. So that's what I'm cooking. Actually, venison doesn't have a venison button. Make sure all of my buttons are lined up correctly. And now I'm going to change the time. I pushed start before I got my time changed. Now once we put this lid on, you guys, it locks down. The lid can't come off until it's completely, all of the pressure is gone out of it. So the presetting for the time is 35, but I'm only going to need about 4 minutes. So let me get this back to 4. And then once the 4 minutes up, I'll release the pressure so we can open it again, and we'll get started. Now, while that comes to pressure, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my sauce. Normally, pasta sauce or marinara sauce is one of the things I keep on hand. It's just a staple because there's so many uses for it. And I don't have any right now. But I do have tomatoes. This is another thing that I keep on hand. And I don't like to get all of the different, this tomato sauce, but I I like to get all of the different, I'm using Italian style today. They have Mexican style. They have all sorts of chili ready, all sorts of tomatoes. And I just get an assortment every time, especially when they're on sale. And these were on sale. Now, I know we've talked about brand name versus store brand. This Food Club seems to be pretty good. Everything that I've tried, Food Club, has been good. So I've got a can of diced tomatoes. And you know, most jarred spaghettis or the bigger can of spaghettis is 28 ounces, 26, 28, 24. So two 14-ounce cans will just about equal a jar of spaghetti sauce. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but those of you that don't have the smooth edge can opener, it breaks the seal rather than cutting the can, which means anything that is on top of the can stays on top of the can. It's not going down in your food. That's what sold me on this so many years ago. And then it's got a little beak, little button. Push the button, grab the rim of the top of the can, and in goes our tomato sauce. I'm going to rinse these. Throw it in the sink. Just to get all of the yummy out of there and less smell of trash. All right. So right now I only have a can of petite diced tomatoes, any flavor. This just happens to be Italian, and a can of tomato sauce. Now, if you don't have tomato sauce on hand, you could use a little can of tomato paste in a cup of water, or some broth, or, I mean, it's really, make it your own. You know, I tell you all the time, cooking is an adventure. So to this, I'm also going to add Italian. That's probably about a tablespoon. If you have our rubs or our seasonings, the lid just under that top ring is a tablespoon. Finish off that one. I'm going to add garlic because you can't have enough garlic. Tablespoon. And then finally our sweet basil. I know Robin is going to probably watch this later. Miss Robin, I know you love that sweet basil. And give this a stir around. So we're just going to dump this in once we get that meat cooked. We're just going to dump this in for our liquid in the pasta round of the cooking process. Now, y'all, I used it to cook brown rice last night because I really struggle cooking brown rice. Anybody else have that problem, or is it just me? It just never seems, half of it's crunchy or gummy. If it's either overcooked or undercooked for me. Now, all I had in the onion bin was just purple, so that's what I'm using today, is the purple onion. You just need one onion or not. It's entirely up to you. This is the part where you can put any vegetable you want in it. If you want to slip in more veggies, throw some zucchini, carrots, whatever you might have on hand. Celery. I love celery in everything. Set this aside. Now, I wanted to show y'all, if I haven't yet, the new, this is the food processor portion of the new meal prep, the Flex Meal tool, prep tool. Scooch this back a little bit. Up or back? Okay, I think you guys can see that. Can you hear this coming to pressure? I don't know if you can see the little steam coming out, but that is about to pop up, and then it'll start timing. So back to our prep tool. There's two other blades in here, a grate and a slice blade, I think, that you can change out. Pull that out in a minute. And then this is the power portion. The battery pops off. Joellen, do you have yours yet? I don't know if you love it. It's got a safety mechanism here, so you push the safety button, just like on a shotgun. Here it goes. Top of the onion. It does have a good stopper, but of course, you know, I don't need show you some other attachments for that in a bit. Now, I've told y'all this is one of my top sellers. One of Pampered Chef's top sellers is the old food chopper. I say the old food chopper. We've had it for years, and it's been a customer's favorite for years. But when you're doing a bigger batch, this is fantastic. Now, this part doesn't go in the dishwasher. This has got your motor mechanism in here. Just too many grinder wheels and gears and whatnot. So this is a soft cloth wipe. I would use my Norwex. And if I start crying, y'all, it's the onions, because this red one is strong. So this is the food processing blade. I'm going to move this out from under my nose, because we don't need it right now. Whew. Very strong red onion. Isn't that funny how some of them are so much stronger than others? Okay, back to our sauce. We have our onion ready. That is still coming to pressure. There it goes. So the red button has popped up. That's saying that the pot is fully pressurized. And we're going to let it cook for that 4 minutes. Once it's reached its time, it'll stop. Now, it's going to stay warm as long as that lid is on. And if you let the pressure release naturally, it's going to continue to cook, which is why we're going to turn it off. We're going to stop the pressure process at 4 minutes, and then we're going to put it on the sear to just kind of finish off, crumble up our meat. Now, also in I mentioned hiding veggies. I'm going to put a scoop of our Enrichables. This is the super veggie, so I need a few more veggies into our spaghetti sauce. Now, this one will turn your food orange. And Lois, if you're watching this, I happened to think the other day about last year you talked about adding the Enrichables or the kale to pie crust or different things like that, because it will turn it that color. The kale and fiber we're going to put in the meat because it's easier to hide in the meat, but it will turn your things green. So I thought about making some pumpkin-shaped sugar cookies for Thanksgiving with the basic sugar cookie dough, and then I'll put the vegetable, the super veggie, in the pumpkin part, because that'll make it orange, and then maybe do some stems and put the kale and fiber, so I can have veggies and fiber in the sugar cookie. How cool would that be? Anyway, thanks for giving me that idea, Lois, and I'll probably do that Monday. We'll do that Monday for Meal Prep Monday. Okay, I'm going to grab a quick appetizer fixing so we can go over that real quick. I'm actually going to take these with me on my trip to Houston today. Just regular plain whipped cream cheese. And I've also used the Brie. I've also just taken some of that out, pop it in the microwave, to make it pliable and easily, or you can just set it out to have it come room temperature. Now, I've just got these little baby bell peppers. I love these colored peppers that you can pick up at H-E-B or wherever you shop in the grocery aisle, I'm sure. They do not have them here at Berkshire's, of you and I have looked, unless he's just started carrying them. Just give this another little stir, letting those herbs, all those yummy taste, melt together. Meld, marry and meld. Marry and meld. Glass over here. And I'm just going to put some, sorry, I'm playing with that. Some of this cream cheese in here. It's our little batter scraper. I'm not real sure if we still carry this item. You know what? I should have just mixed it in this little bowl, because I think it's going to take the rest of that. Anyway, I bought this for some other recipe. I'm really going to try to see if I can get this same texture just by whipping it. You know, you can buy creamy frosting and whip it, and then you have the whipped frosting rather than buying the whipped frosting. So I was thinking it's the same concept with cream cheese. I'm going to try it. So also with that prep tool, switching gears, you get an emulsion blender, immersion blender, emulsion blender. I'm not sure, but I am sure about that. Did you see that? And then the bottom is nylon, so it's safe for your nonstick pots. Or you can hook up the mixer, the hand mixer part. I can get it on here correctly. There we go. So you have the beater blades. I haven't had a hand mixer in years and years since I burned one up. Or the whipper blades that you can also put in. And then it also comes with this little, it's a smoothie glass, I guess. I just store my things in here. But if you wanted to do smoothies in here, and then a lid for storage. So that is that. Multi-flex prep tool. I think that's the name of it. We have 1 minute left on our meat. We have no minutes left on our meat, so it's beeping to let us know. Now I'm going to turn this away from my cabinets and release that steam, so you'll actually see it squirting towards you. But there's an easy release here on the button. When I push it, so as long as I'm not standing behind or above the pressure cooker, it's not, in no way is this going to hurt me. I was really stickler about that. I saw, as a little girl, I saw the little jingle, the little thing on top of the old pressure cookers that you put on the stove, fly off of it. The pressure flew that thing off and it stuck in our ceiling. That's pretty scary. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not a fan, or I wasn't a fan. But with all of these safety issues, now our red button has fell down, all of the steam has gone out of it, and it'll let me open it. And let me know that it's okay to open. So I'm just going to sit this back here because it's super hot. Turn this around a bit and turn it to sear. And then I'm just going to get the sear part started. Now I've got a lot of water left over in here, so I am going to go ahead and pour that out. That inner pot is super hot. So just watching the inner pot. And because this is venison, there's really not that much grease, just that little bit of bacon that's in there. We don't even do 60-40 on ours. We don't really add any beef tallow. So as this starts to sear, I'm just going to break this up with the mix and chop while this comes to temp. So since we already used it, it's pretty hot to begin with. Oh, right in front of me. I lose those tools all the time. I could have grabbed a longer handle. I love these little bamboo spoons. I probably reach for them all the time. Every day. Can you hear that sizzle starting? Get that going. Flip it over. And once we get this broke up, we'll add our onion. So put it in there in a chunk. It's kind of all still in a chunk. That's what's great about the mix and chop. Even if I wanted to do a frozen brick on the stovetop, you know, you can send it around on defrost mode in the microwave and then do it stovetop, and the mix and chop will help chop that up. Anyway, I do have a longer spoon I should be using. So we'll let that get started. Steaming well. I just realized that I could see you guys. Hey Lois, did you hear me? Did you hear me talking about you earlier? Yes. Color your request on a quiche, or Shepherd pie. Shepherd pie is a good idea too. Good morning, Tammy. Hey, Barbara. Sorry, I just realized there's a whole column over there. If y'all didn't catch me in the beginning, I'm on the Mac instead of the cell phone, so I can actually see who's on. But I didn't realize that it was over there. That you guys were talking to me over there. I apologize if I've missed you. I'm still on the second cup of coffee, so I'm not completely awake yet. Now, back to this quick appetizer. I know y'all have heard me rave about the everything's a bagel. This is so simple. So, however much, this is probably a cup of the whipped cream cheese. I'm just going to slice these peppers in half, long ways. Now, if you want a pretty presentation, you might leave the stem on. This is just going to be a snack for me on the way to Houston today. So I'm going to go ahead and take the stem out. And I'm using that cord more. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's still on the outlet, unless we've sold out of it, the cord more. So if you didn't grab it before we discontinued it, you need to grab it, especially if you work with peppers a lot. Not only does it make melon balls with the other end, this little tool is priceless when it comes to processing jalapeno peppers. Or these sort of peppers. Now, these are not hot at all. These are sweet peppers. They have very few seeds in them, but we still want to get that out. I don't really care for those, although they don't have any sort of taste. You know what, Lois? I could also, good morning, Sharon. I could also put that fiber in the cream cheese and turn the cream cheese green. To surprise Christy this morning with green cream cheese. I think that's probably just about ready to finish off in there. I'm going to give it a quick stir around. And like I say, because it's venison, there's nothing to drain off. Get it all chopped up. Give it a flip over. The teak wooden spoons. Now there is one bamboo spoon that has the longer handle, but the teak wooden spoons have really long handles. They're helpful in this pot. It's finished. That very, very center is still, oh, there it goes, crumbling up. So I guess you could like use the sear to do your veggies. Anything that you're going to add to your dishes in here, or you could sear your stew meat in this before you do the stew. And same setting, you would use the, actually we have a soup stock setting, but I think I would use the beef, depending on if you're doing chicken stew or beef stew. Go ahead and add those onions. And we are just about done with the chopper. Oh, add the onions. Now the sun is saying hello in the window behind me. So maybe my halo's showing. Can y'all see my halo? Halo. Oh, my parents would say my horns. You see my horns. All right. And like I said, I'm just using a purple onion because that's what I had on hand. Any onion will do. Or leave it out. If you don't have onions, leave it out. Not a big deal. We like onion. And like I say, I'm going to put some of that kale in here. Sneak in a little fiber into our dish. And these enrichables are available as one-time purchase if you just want to try one. I do have some smaller bags. If you just like to try one serving, let me know. I'll be happy to send you one to sample. Or you can get it as a subscription. This is a small bag, and there's one that's double this size. So you can just have it continually come to you. And speaking of subscriptions, I also want to show you our taste buds. I know I've been harping on it. You guys that's been on here for a while, I know y'all heard it. But like I say, I'm going to share these in a couple of parties. They have not heard about our taste buds. We have exclusive seasonings coming this month too. Are y'all excited about that? I know I am. Exclusive seasonings only to Taste Bud members, so they're not available in our pantry line, but I'm hoping that when they get good feedback, and that's what they're hoping for, we're just trying them out for PC, so I'm hoping that when they get the good feedback, they'll add it, because I absolutely love that garlic parmesan that we got a couple of months ago. I hope we see that come out in the spring line. All right, got this all mixed up, chopped up, fibered up, just ready to go. Keith, if you're on here or if you jump on later, Keith is my brother, my baby brother. This is going to be y'all's supper. I'm going to run this by there before Chrissy. Dumping in our sauce. And I'm going to add about a half a cup of water to make sure we have plenty of liquid for our pasta. Now in this part you could use chicken stock, beef stock, something to make it, red wine, something to make the pasta more flavorful. But I'm thinking with all of it that's in there, it's going to be pretty flavorful. Ooh, little green spot there from our kale. Do not tell my niece and nephews. All right, the rest of this, it's a pound of pasta, minus a cup. It's still plenty. Love these little noodles. Give that a quick stir around. I think because those tomatoes and that tomato sauce was a little thicker than your normal pasta sauce, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a cup of water, a full cup instead of a half a cup. So we have plenty of liquid. I'm using the small glass batter bowl, mixing bowl. I reached for this because Lisa spoke about it in her party, or mentioned it. This is the smallest of the 3 set. It's a 2-quart. Made in the USA. It's made by the same folks that do our batter bowls. So it is oven safe, dishwasher safe, freezer safe. This over here. Now, lid goes back on. Now it's still searing right now, so it's still heating at the bottom. Cancel. Some of the consultants call it R2D2 from those little beeps it makes. So we're going around to, let's see, back to beef, setting. There we go. And this time we're going to do 11 minutes, because that's all the time it takes. Cook that pasta. And I'm not going to keep you guys on the entire time, but I do want you to see the finished product, so I'll post a picture along with this video. All right, put my area up, and back to this yummy appetizer. So I have about a cup of whipped cream cheese, and I'm adding to it a tablespoon of this everything bagel. Oh, you love this. I used it to season grilled chicken, and it was good on that as well. Everything bagel. I know you can get this pretty much anywhere, but now PC's on board. We have it also. Give this a quick stir around. That toasted, roasted garlic that's in there. You know, I just said I love garlic. Can't have too much garlic. It just makes this yummy. So I'm just going to put it in the peppers as well. I have some celery here as well. You can use it as a dip, but I like to go ahead and load it. Makes a pretty presentation. Let me grab, this will be good, a glass container. Yeah, that's probably big enough. Dalton has been taking them, I've got the middle size, the 5-cup glass, rectangle glass container. These are also oven safe. Dawson's been taking this for lunch with a salad. He loves these as well. I'm just smeared it on the pepper. This is our scoop and spread, spread and scoop. Count in there. Assorted sizes. Scoop and spread, I think it is the name of it. A little much on that one. I use this way more than I ever thought I would. So one end is silicone, and then one end is nylon, and it's serrated, so you can use it as a knife as well. It's a safe knife for kiddos if they wanted to cut their own crust off. Didn't have the crust cutter offer. The crust cutter offer. And then last pepper. Like eating the rainbow. All the colors of peppers. But, you know, you smear some cream cheese on them and they're delicious. No matter what you start with, right? Smeared in cream cheese. Now I'm going to load up these celery sticks. I'm going to have to take one of those traveling Norwex cloths because I'm definitely going to get cream cheese all over my fingers while eating these in the car. Christy's car. Oh, she's going to go back and watch this later, I'm sure. All right. I'm going to have to make another layer, so I'm going to go ahead and give these a sprinkle before I load the rest. Okay. So how about this weather, huh? It was so nice on the front porch swing yesterday. This morning was a little cooler than I like. But I'm not going to fuss because it is beautiful out there. Yesterday's walk was just glorious. Sprinkle. Now I'm going to try to get it up so y'all can see this. Look how pretty that is. Can you see it? So imagine that on a pretty platter. The upcoming holidays. Really simple little appetizer. On the charcuterie board, or just a little snack for after school. Way to get some more veggies into those kiddos. Mine would eat anything that they could dip in ranch. No, they're pretty good about eating all of their veggies now. We always had that one bite rule. Did y'all have a one bite rule at your house? Gotta try a bite. It can't just look like you don't like it. You gotta try it. One bite. Actually, it was a 2-bite rule. And they made their friends try stuff too when they came over. We have a 1-bite rule. You gotta try it. Into the sink. Wash the cream cheese off my hands. I want to show y'all I made banana bread loaves yesterday. I had some bananas that were just about to turn. I've really enjoyed playing with this little, I say little, it's the large muffin pan. Love this pan, and it's got that same beautiful blue on the back, but that phenomenal non-stick coating. Fabulous. But I used this one yesterday. This is the mini loaf pan. Perfect for the holidays. You could do gingerbread, you could do pumpkin bread, you could do an assortment. But this is what I did yesterday, these little mini loaves of banana bread, and I added, this is super simple, I added 2 ripe bananas. They were just pushing over ripe, you know. Smush those up in the bottom. Yellow cake mix, just a box of yellow cake mix. I added the oil and the eggs called for on the back of the box, but not the water. So the bananas took the place of the water. Now, if I were more health conscious, I would make that take the place of the oil. That's up to you. Most people replace the oil, but because those bananas were so big, I didn't want to put the water in there to make it more liquidy. So, a tablespoon of that cinnamon plus. So you could use pumpkin pie spice if you have that on hand, or cinnamon plus ginger plus cloves plus nutmeg, all of that yumminess. Put the lid on that. And then I had a couple walnuts I added to it, and I just had maybe a handful of those tiny semi-sweet chocolate chips. Put those in it too. Y'all, it is really, really good. Really good. I highly recommend it. I'll post the recipe later. Our steam is coming back to pressure. Pot is coming back to pressure. And I'll talk about the taste buds. It just stopped, so it'll start timing here in just a minute. So those of you who already have the taste buds, you guys know. But these are our, this is our, what the heck am I going to cook for supper? Here's your answer. So this comes once a month if you choose to subscribe. Now, starting today, I don't have a sample. I don't have my sample yet. But starting November 1st, not today, you could get a gift box of these that comes four to the box, along with our a spatula, the Christmas spatula, and recipe cards. So all of the recipe cards coordinate with the seasonings. So not only does it give you a recipe, so say you don't really want, like I have not tried this pizza and I don't know that I will. Although roasted butternut does sound good, I just can't make it go with the pizza. I'm going to try it. I'll let you guys know. But you get this third card or fourth card that's going to give you hints and tips about how else to use your seasonings. It'll give you other tricks. So if you don't like the recipes that come with the seasonings, it's going to tell you what else you can do with it. And like the Tuscan herb has a recipe on the back of it completely separate from this, or the hints and tips. And then of course bell pepper herb and rosemary herb. Rosemary herb, just think Italian, anything Italian, or just sprinkle it over some potatoes and roast them. Delicious. It is delicious. I'm actually out of that right now. Ugh, waiting on a ship. So let's see, what else was I going to talk about? November is a choose your own product month, choose your own special. Of course, anytime can be a shared reward special, which is what Lisa's doing. If you decide to do a shared rewards party, you host, but you pass on the host discounts. You pass on the host benefits, such as your 60% off, your half offs, and your free product. And everybody gets the same percentage. That's always a fun party. And then in December, it's the enameled cast iron. So you could choose 2 pieces of enamel cast iron. I think when your party is $200, I don't think you have to meet that $650 in December. We're also working towards, consultants are working towards free product. It's our spring free for all in November and December. So we have a chance to earn all of the new product line, which is always fun. Y'all know I love sharing new products with y'all. PC continually surprises us and awes us. We're down to 9 minutes. So I'm just going to talk for 9 minutes, guys. Let me get this out of the way. Hopefully my voice will hold up. Doesn't sound like it, does it? I think it's just the early morning. I don't have anything going on. Put this out of the way. Okay, I have this set out, so we'll talk about our cookware. I haven't rearranged my cabinet since I've got the new stuff for the fall, so this usually just sits on the stovetop unless I'm using it. I've got the grill in the oven right now, so I have to unpack. Does anybody else use their ovens for storage? Okay, it used to have a cast iron skillet in it at all times, but now it has a grill. Sometimes it has stoneware. Just depends on what I'm using that particular time. So this is our new square skillet. It's part of the nonstick cookware line. You see the square. It's more than 12, just a little more than 12 inches, but I love that you have extra corner space here. So I think it actually holds more than the 12-inch skillet. And like the rest of our cookware, the handle will come off. So if you need that for storage space. Also, if you're going to stick it in the oven, take the handle off. And which I have. Stuck it in the oven a couple of times. And then it comes with this steamer basket. So this can fold up and just use, if you're doing fajitas or tacos, soft tacos. You have your ground beef cooking away on the bottom. You put your tortillas on the top, your flour tortillas on the top. And then that heats up the tortillas while you're cooking your meat portion. You can use it as a steamer pot, so you can just put water in the bottom, steam your green beans or broccoli, whatever it is that your veggie you're steaming for the night, or use it as a colander. One of my hosts recently said, "Oh, a colander! You get into colander." Well, yeah, you can use it as a colander as well on anything. And this one does come with the lid. I know you guys that have bought before have received pots without a lid, but this one does come with the lid. And the next thing I want to talk about is that enamel cookware. It is so pretty. This is the new skillet. It's about the same size as that, a good 12 inches. Got the lid with the little knobbies on it that trips that condensation back down over the dish you're cooking. Now this, of course, is stovetop or oven safe. Also lifetime guarantee, but isn't that gorgeous? Now I cook with gas, so I know eventually this bottom is going to look like my Dutch oven up there. It's going to have some burn marks on it. But right now, Norwex is knocking it off, my Norwex cloth. So I do love, love, love this. It's pretty. So that's why I leave it out on the island. It's actually a showpiece right now. As is the Baker's. Now, I took this one out because I wanted y'all to see that it's still, this blue color is still on the outlet right now. So you can get the 1-quart Baker, the 2-quart Baker, or the Dutch oven in the blue. It's on the outlet. So if you're in one of those parties, if you're in Lisa's party or if you're in Amanda's party, you can go shop by category and go down to sale or outlet. There's two separate ways you can get to the outlet. And the outlet products are just as good as the products that are in the catalog. But they just go there when we discontinue. They end up in the outlet for fantastic savings, sometimes up to 75 and 80% off. But this is the gray color. This is my 2-quart Baker. This has kind of taken the place of my 9x13. It's just it's a really good size. It doesn't hold as much as a 9x13 would hold, but for our family size right now, the boys aren't growing right now, so I can kind of fill them up right now. They're not eating me out of house and home. So put this back down. Enameled cookware. Back in there. Let's see, we have 5 more minutes. What can I talk about for 5 minutes? I mentioned the bamboo spoons. I think I've showed y'all all of the new products. If there's something you guys want to see, type it in there, and I'll pull it out. You know, I've got stuff all over the kitchen, in drawers everywhere. I even have paper chip in the car. I've actually been in a boutique in Buna, and someone asked me if I could order a can opener for them, and I had one in the trunk. Who else carries a can opener in their trunk? That will be me, your one-stop shop, all things kitchen. Speaking of shipping, I know we have that craziness going on out there off of California right now. Pampered Chef is fully stocked. There may be 2 items that's on, well, not on back order. We don't do back orders anymore. It's just we sell what's in the warehouse or we don't sell it. They will contact you when it's back in stock. But Pampered Chef got on the ball at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year because, everybody was out of everything with the pandemic going on. We even added a warehouse. So we're fully stocked, and right now shipping is taking 7 to 10 days, guaranteed. So when you order and you submit your order, usually ships within the next couple of days. So it comes to you. We don't have to wait for it to truck from the boats off California. Now, we may have some stuff out there. I don't know. But right now, it's all in the warehouse. We don't have anything that we can't get. I say that. We have a couple of things that we can't get. And right now, I cannot even remember. But the item is a vendor issue. It's not a shipping issue. So hopefully, we'll have those back in stock before the holiday season. 3 minutes. 3 minutes and counting. I just want y'all to see it when it comes out. Let's see, what else can I tell y'all? Our Christmas Club is halfway through November and December, early part of December, because we want to get those orders back in plenty of time for Christmas. So I don't know if I've posted. I don't think I've posted the November link yet, but I'll post that in the meal prep group. And if you're in one of those parties and you're interested at all in meal prepping, it's really not just about meal prepping. It's got tons of recipes. It's a Facebook group for foodies. We give meal prep tips. Everybody shares. Sometimes you might find out where something is on sale in the area. And we have people from all over the country in the meal prep group. So I invite you to join us in Meal Prep 101. We'll post that link also in the parties that are going on right now. You're welcome to join us. We have Surprise Sunday. We have Meal Prep Monday. We have Air Fryer Friday. And sometimes I just pop on. I have been battling internet issues all week. So it's been kind of crazy this week getting anything. And then Facebook wouldn't even let me go live earlier in the week. I don't know. Wasn't in jail. I don't know why they wouldn't let me go live. That's why I love Table. I love Pampered Chef's new party platform. So if you haven't experienced Table yet, I'm happy to add you an ongoing party. Lisa's party is on Table right now. You don't have to deal with Facebook. There's no Facebook drama. The news feed looks a lot like Facebook, but the only people that are in there are the people in your party. I'm happy to add you to one of those. I love it. And the hosts that have done it so far have loved it. Now, the guests are either or. I'm the first one to tell you I'm resistant to change. I am very resistant to change. And some people just won't. They just prefer Facebook, and that's fine. That's fine. I've kind of honed my news feed to no drama and, selective. I really enjoy most of my friends on Facebook, all of my friends on Facebook, what I'm saying most. But, okay, we just have our timer go off again. And I'm going to release this. I think I'm supposed to release it. Let's see what our pasta looks like. I'm going to get this bigger fish, carry the key. Now you can serve it. This is some of our coated stoneware, glazed stoneware. This is gray. So this is the same as the pizza stone on the inside. It's just coated. So this is still oven safe, but it's also a beautiful serving dish. So if I were going to serve it for my family, I would just put it in here. Throw some cheese on it, stick it in the oven until the cheese melted, and then take it to the... Got some glare going on right there. Let's see, what is that? Can you guys see? Oh, it must be hitting the stove. I'll stand here so the glare's not blinding you. I'm sorry. I have no blinds. I have no blinds on any of my windows. Those of you that know or have been out here, we lived in a trailer while we were building the home. 20 years ago, and our trailer house was like a cave. It was dark. It was dark colors throughout. And so as we were building, I really built the house around the kitchen. But I wanted everything light and bright and nothing on the windows. None of those blinds, no shades. I have curtains, but they're light. Most of them are light, like the one you see hanging in my window there. But I am a half a mile off the road, so nobody gets to look through my windows, or catch something that they don't really want to see. But, yeah. So I have lots of light, lots of natural light coming in the house, and I love it. I love it. I'm a D person. My son had told me years ago that I am definitely solar powered, and that couldn't be a truer statement. All right, just about done. I'm going to give this a start and serve with, this is one of our sets. This is the teak wood and silicone serving spoon. These are gorgeous. It comes with a pasta spoon and a spatula, and it comes in a set of 3. Go ahead and pull that out. You guys can see it. Spatula. Pasta spoon. So you get this set of 3. And I think it's 30. It might be 32. I'll have to look at that. But I think it's 30. All right. Our dial has fell down. We can release. Oh, it's still boiling. Of course, it's pretty hot. The pressure comes up. It gets awful hot. Just stir. Oh, yeah. All done. Now you could do penne. You could do rigatoni. You could do any sort of pasta you'd like, but let me get in front of that blind spot. Can you see that? So I'm just going to ladle this up. I think there's going to be enough for them and enough for my crew tonight. There's plenty. This makes plenty. Isn't that yummy? Doesn't that look good? I'm going to throw some mozzarella cheese on top and let it melt down in there. All right. So quick meal for the quick cooker. Have a look-see at it if you haven't already, if you don't already have an Instapot, or if you do. Our quick cooker is fabulous. You can do a lot of things in it. It doesn't live on my countertop like the air fryer does, but it is handy for me to grab when I need to use it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Here in Southeast Texas anyway. I think across most of the country it's pretty right now. So wherever you're joining me from, I am so grateful that you have. Diana Askew signing off. Thank you guys so much. God bless.